Welcome back to the Trick Talking Meat podcast. I am one of your hosts, Brother John, and with me, as always, the Smoke Show.
Allie.
Greetings. And we got Duke sitting on the other side of the camera who will not be seen.
Hi.
But he's heard. Thanks for noticing. This is going to be your show name. We're going to make you an Eeyore t-shirt at some point.
What would you do if it was your last day on Earth?
Oh, God. If I was only alive for one more day on Earth, I'd probably literally spend it watching Star Trek all day.
I mean,
Respect,
I would probably be
It would be like any other day.
having an anxiety attack like every 2 minutes, so I don't know if I'd be able to do anything enjoyable.
What was it? Sun Tzu, The Art of War? The anticipation of death is worse than death itself?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart guy.
No.
Super
The
smart
only reason
guy.
I know that is because it was in a Steven Seagal movie. He wrote it in lipstick on a fucking mirror before he killed a guy. And that's about it. So, that was back when Steven Seagal movies were the shit.
Yep.
They're only good if they're 3-word titles.
Yeah.
Out for
Yeah.
Justice.
That's a good gauge.
Like if you think about all of his library of garbage movies or his Jamaican album.
What?
You've never
Yes.
heard Steven Seagal's album?
I haven't heard it, but I know
Dude,
of
he
it.
sings it like he's from Jamaica, and he talks about punani and all this nonsense.
Oh my god.
Are you
So
kidding me?
racist. Oh my god.
Oh my god, it was like over the top racist. Like
I feel like this is something I heard about when I worked at a music store, but never actually experienced.
I have searched for this vinyl for years. It's about as awesome as the Macho Man rap album.
Oh my god!
But he literally sings it like a Jamaican, and it's like an acoustic like jazz album, and he's talking about punani and smoking and just that's what you need on some weed. You need to listen
Well,
to Steven
yeah.
Seagal. Dude, look it up on Spotify. I bet you
my
they've
God.
got it on there.
Didn't he move to like North Korea?
No, he's just buddy with him. Or no, it's Putin. I thought he
Yeah.
was hanging out with Vladimir
Oh,
Putin.
well, yeah.
and
Him
he's
too.
all about the Russians.
Yeah,
'cause-
him and Vlad are buddy.
So weird. I love how you
It's-
guys just, both of you start looking it up on Spotify.
Well, I found Steven and the Seagulls. I don't think that's it.
Yeah, probably not.
Somebody's got to have that piece.
Is it-
Oh, look, I found it. Look there. Mix.
Oh my god.
There's a Pizza Hut commercial.
They have they have like video commercials now on Spotify. I pay for it, so
Well, I mean, how can you not love a song called Hoochie Coochie Man from Steven Seagal? Oh,
and
geez.
stealing riffs.
Well, it's a basic blues riff.
I know.
Steven
but-
Seagal, Songs from the Crystal Cave. Okay, well, we're not going to do that because we'll get in trouble, but it just proves that it's out there.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can find it on
Yeah.
Spotify along with the
Yeah.
Trick Talking Meat podcast.
Well, there you go.
See, he's good at this.
See, there you yeah. See, I wish
I'm
we could-
terrible at that type of stuff. But
We
he's
should-
so good at it.
We should totally bag on Seagal until he comes to beat me up. Him and Hulk Hogan can do a
Hulk-
tag
yeah,
team.
Hogan.
Oh yeah, there we go. I think you just came up with a premise for a new movie.
Me running from
Relaunch
Steven Seagal.
both of their careers. The team up movie.
I can tie a bucket of KFC to my back and haul ass and see if one of their fat asses can catch me.
Oh my God.
I don't think it's going to be hard to avoid the two of them.
Yeah. They're kind of lagging, I think.
Right.
Just a little.
But,
But,
yeah, that's a movie you need to watch with weed.
There's stuff you definitely shouldn't. Like I watched the Terrifier.
I've never even heard of that one.
Have you not watched Terrifier? Art the Clown? You got to know.
Oh
it's
no,
Terrifier.
no, because if
Yeah, no, I specifically told her she does not want to see this.
That
Yeah.
dude's from Huntsville.
I hate clowns.
He's from Huntsville, Alabama.
Wow.
David Thornton, isn't that his name? I've
forget-
met him once at
forget.
a con, but I can't recall when and where. But you see a lot of people. But yeah, apparently he's an Alabama native too.
Oh, wow.
Huh. But yeah,
for
no,
him.
I don't do clowns at all.
Yeah.
But not even Tim Curry yet.
I have watched it.
Only when I
and
like
only
don't
when he
tell her that I'm
forces
putting
me.
it on.
Yep. Yep.
Because
He made me
movie's
watch.
fine, but
Yeah,
it's
he
still
made me watch the Skarsgård movie, and I'm like, why are you putting this on? I don't want to watch this.
I don't even think I watched
wanna
the
watch
second one of those yet.
The second one was pretty good.
I just again Tim Curry, man. He just
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's no. Yeah.
one of the guys that worked on my makeup on Guardians of the Galaxy worked on his makeup in that movie, and he would tell me stories about Tim Curry. And
That's
apparently he's
awesome.
a clownophobe too. He didn't like it either.
And
He
yet
didn't-
he had to do the
Well,
makeup.
But that's
for
just
it.
the
who you
mark
get
of
to
the-
do the makeup.
well, no, I mean that's who you get to play a clown is the guy who hates clowns.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of brilliant. I'm sure they didn't know when they did it, but I'm sure he did. But
Yeah.
that's just the mark of an amazing actor like Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Who
Yep. Yep.
hasn't made a bad movie in his whole career, and he did a lot of B movies.
Yep. And he's still at it.
God
He
bless him.
is. Yep.
There's a movie to get high and watch. Is it?
No. We don't watch it.
I watch it.
You can watch it. I'll go in the other room. And then you can be lonely.
But yeah,
you remember
yeah,
The
no,
Stand,
I watched-
the TV movie for The Stand
Oh yeah,
back in the '80s?
Yeah.
Not the newer. They redid it recently, like a couple
Yeah.
of years ago on like Amazon or something. Wasn't nearly as good, but that was a cool movie too.
Well, it's kind of like V Rise, not V Rising,
V.
but V.
Yeah.
That show was getting really good too. That remake they did, but then they
It
had like Mark
started,
Singer
but
and everybody
then-
started turning up in it.
Yeah.
Oh, they did. He
Yeah,
finally
like
did
in the
show
last
up?
episode, he turned up.
Oh,
like it
God.
was literally a cameo at the very end of the last episode. He turned up, and it was Mark Donovan,
Ah.
the character, and you're like, "Oh, holy shit! It is the same." Which makes no sense because like
Yeah, no.
you've come twice now, and nobody
Yeah.
just bothered to
Wasn't
remember the
season
last
3
time.
victim of the writer's strike?
Maybe. No.
Because it had what's her name from Wolverine and Deadpool, or
Yeah.
the Deadpool
Yeah.
movies. His girlfriend was in that movie. She was like
Yeah.
the main alien chick,
Yeah.
and she was awesome in that. Morena
Baccarin.
Baccarin
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever.
it.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah. No,
And
she's
then they had the other,
gorgeous.
the chick from the '80s, the black-haired chick from the '80s, that was like the main bad guy.
Oh,
chick.
yeah,
Yeah.
She turned up, and like it was her
Yeah.
mother, and she was locked in the basement of one of the ships or whatever, and it was getting really interesting. And they're like, "Nope, we're getting rid of this."
Well, see that was part of the problem. Then they waited too long to bring that stuff in
Yeah.
because I stopped watching halfway through first
Because
season
we were
'cause I
still
was
on
like,
Earth and
I was still like, is anything gonna happen? I was
Yeah.
like,
Right.
or is there
Yeah.
even gonna be a nod?
Then
to
I
the
kind of missed the red
original?
uniforms too. That was
Yeah.
like the whole thing.
Yeah, I was having trouble buying into it because it just like the first one just felt.
well, you're such a fan of the
Yeah.
first
Oh,
one,
yeah,
so
huge.
I have
Huge.
both the miniseries and the 4-part movie or whatever. Yeah, I've got all those on DVD. Mark Singer and
I have to rewatch those. now.
Michael Ironside. Was that
Yeah.
him in the movie, the show? Michael Ironside, I
Yeah,
thought so.
And Robert Englund, I forgot he was in there.
Yeah, he was Eddie.
Willie.
Willie, that's right.
yeah.
I was thinking Maiden. It always comes back to Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was like his he got that part before he did Nightmare on Elm Street, didn't he?
I
Probably.
think so.
Yeah, it was like right before he got
'cause,
Freddy Krueger.
I'm trying to think of timeline.
That was like 81, 82, wasn't it, for V?
Yeah,
the
it
first
was 80.
run,
It
and
was
then
82.
it's like 81 to like 84. They kind of had a couple miniseries and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nightmare was 84.
Right.
They list V as being 1984, but I don't know. I
I
don't know
could
if
have
that's
sworn it was 82.
episode 1, season 1, October 25th, 1984.
Well,
It probably filmed
Before he did Freddy.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have an awesome documentary about him on one of it's either Shudder or one
Yeah.
of them did it. Like his whole, but they don't even just talk about Freddy Krueger. It's like
Yeah.
his whole career going to
Yeah.
like college and theater, and the guy was really kind of an interesting guy.
Yeah.
It was kind of like Ed O'Neill.
Yeah.
Has,
Yeah.
like, this-
He started off as a Shakespearean actor and then
Yeah.
he got
Then he became
on
Al
Married with
Bundy,
Children.
and it
Right.
just was this totally different
Yep.
turn.
That's a show you'll never see get remade.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
right.
Ever.
Right.
They're never going to reboot Married with Children, man.
Nope. That one is just
That-
problematic every single episode. But man, it was
that show was
funny.
barely on the air when it went on the air.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I remember.
Well, that was,
I
that
remember
was
like
one of the first shows on the Fox network. It
Yeah.
was them and Tracy Ullman show, and then The Simpsons came like a year later.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's kind of all they had out of the gate. And I think that's
X-Files
But it was
came
enough.
pretty soon after that.
right. But the way Fox was working, I mean, they were a brand new network back in like 1991, so they had to come up
Mhm.
with their own content. They
Yeah.
didn't have anything. And
They did like the Doctor Who TV movie,
Yep.
Gen X.
right, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh
that
my
actually
God,
wasn't a
Gen
bad.
X.
That
Yeah,
wasn't
I
a
know.
bad movie.
I
It
loved
was
it. I was
not.
very
Matt
disappointed.
Frewer playing Banshee. That was killer.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're into X-Men,
I was
TV
a
shows
big
that
at
never
that
were.
point in time. I loved Jubilee, so it was like, yeah. And then I started
was
collecting.
she in it? I
Yeah.
can't remember. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
because
she's
it
the
wasn't
main
like.
character.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
'Cause
Yeah, she was in Generation X in the beginning, wasn't
Yeah,
Yeah.
and in the comic.
she? Right. I
Yeah.
remember like Husk and the Hispanic kid that was kind of like a droopy version of Mr. Fantastic skin.
Oh,
yeah.
Skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
And then they had like one that didn't show up in the comic, like a character
They
that
did have an
didn't show
original
up
one. I
in
don't
the
remember who it was.
comics.
Well,
and
a
I
lot of
can't
the
think
stuff they
it.
did in the comics, they couldn't afford that on a Fox
Yeah.
Well,
budget.
yeah,
in
not on
1991
a
either.
yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
else I have on DVD that's a trip? I have the David Hasselhoff Nick Fury movie,
Oh my god!
and it's fucking awesome.
Don't.
But David Hasselhoff,
Oh my god, that
1990 CGI, low budget, but it's awesome. Like, and he's actually wearing like the old school comic
Yeah.
outfit with a
Yeah.
trench coat.
Yeah.
I mean, he's dope. I mean, this is like before Sam Jackson came in and owned it.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
and the movie's not that bad. Like, it's for Fox TV movie. It was really good. I'm just bummed they never kept running with it. But
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the Doctor Who movie. I know people hate it, but I absolutely love it. I mean, you got
Paul McGann and
Paul
Eric
McGann,
Roberts.
Eric Roberts. Like it's so corny. Like it's even corny as Doctor Who stuff goes. And I don't know, I love it. It's great. You know.
did he only do the one thing?
He did the one thing, and then after a while, he started
So he's
doing.
kind of like George
It was-
Lazenby. Like, he did one Bond movie,
Well, they
but
had
everybody
him,
knows it and loves it, but he only ever did one.
leading
they did
up to the
a short.
50th.
They did a bunch of shorts leading up to the 50th, and they did a short that
For
had
him.
him. They
And-
also did a
and
bunch of
him-
like radio dramas.
Yeah, he does a
with
lot of
him
the
as
radio
well.
dramas.
So I mean, he did get to continue doing it.
Yeah.
But it was only
I mean,
after the
his
revival,
his
yeah.
doctor is canon. You know, he is in the lineup. So
But yeah, those 3 minutes that he did for the 50th,
Were
I mean,
great.
it's like, wow,
had it-
okay, you
it
you
just-
just covered all the ground I needed you to cover
Yep.
over the last like missing decades.
yep. I mean, him regenerating into Christopher Eccleston.
Eccleston, yeah.
Oh man, it was just I loved everything leading up to the 50th. Like, I mean, Doctor Who, I've kind of
And didn't Tennant come back and redo a
Yeah.
small short run? I guess
Yep,
in
he
between
did.
Doctor seasons, he came back and did like a 4-parter.
yeah.
Well, he's supposedly the way they did it so that if they ever want to do a special with him again, they can do it at any point.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
it
they
was,
say he really loves being Doctor Who.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
So, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
David
He
Tennant's
married
the gold standard these days, anyway.
he married the 5th Doctor's daughter.
Yeah.
Wait, Tom Baker was 8, right?
And Tom
Se-
Baker
7.
was 4.
4?
4.
So not Tom
I believe so.
Celery.
I'm trying to think of his name.
Well, it's like I just read somewhere that like
I am
Tony
such a
Hawk's son is marrying Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain's daughter.
bad-
Wow.
Like,
That's-
and that's
that's
going to be
like-
like the
they're like-
coolest couple ever. Like their baby will become like this magical being that will
the
save us all.
90s grunge
Like the Bill and Ted prophecy.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
seriously, man. I was reading, I was like, holy shit.
yeah. But yeah, I'm such a bad Doctor Who fan at this point because I can't think of his name.
I could never
the
get
brain.
it.
Davison?
Yes,
Davidson?
yeah, Peter Davidson.
Peter Davidson, yeah.
I
There
never
it
could
is.
get into Doctor Who. It's probably because I didn't have any weed.
So yeah, I mean, get to it. Start watching. Chop
no,
chop.
Again, it's like Game of Thrones or any of the
Yeah.
Sopranos. If you haven't been in since ground floor, then
Yeah.
you're not going to ever catch up.
Yeah.
There's just too much other good shit coming out on TV to
Yeah.
like go backwards.
I just watched the same shit over
I'm
and over
lame.
again.
I found out that like was it Roku TV has like a Star Trek channel, and that's kind of just
Yeah.
where it stays all day because it's just in the background all day long while I'm cleaning the house or doing chores and stuff.
Yeah, through Samsung TV, we have a Rift Tracks channel.
They also just put on a Top Gear channel, so that's been occupying a lot of my the original
What
OG
is it
Top
that I've
Gears.
bon wanting to watch? Like, just sit and watch, and I can't remember. Like, I have
Two
really
chicks and a
bad.
horse.
No, no. I have really bad
Took a
brain
shot.
fog right now, so it's like I can't. I can see it in my head, but I can't verbalize it, and it's so frustrating.
2 guys and a horse.
It took me last night. There was something that
Law
like
and Order and a horse.
yes, we have
And then
watched
Black Beauty
a
did some
lot
mounting of his
Law
own.
and Order. That's That's probably one thing that we tend to watch where
Law
it's
and
like
Order?
Law and Order. I love Law and Order. Like Criminal Intent's like my favorite, but I love
I
Law
started
and
to
Order.
watch the Scott Bakula CSI. I guess it was like the Louisiana. There's like 40 shows now. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
They're all
yeah.
about the same. But
I mean, I
can't-
think we're at the point where Jeff Goldblum came in.
Yeah, well, we finished that.
Did we?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look again. But yeah, we need to start that again because we're behind. We're behind.
you know what they brought back that I thought was really good was Night Court.
Oh,
Yeah.
I saw
And it was
it.
really, it's on Peacock. It's fantastic. Like it's
That's one that we really have to watch. I loved Night Court growing up.
in it's Roush.
Bull.
Isn't that her name
Yep.
from Big Bang Theory? Melissa Roush.
I don't know. We didn't watch Big Bang.
Yeah,
I didn't
I
watch it
skipped
either. I
that
found
one.
it offensive.
I just.
Yeah,
thought
I
it
had
was
so
terrible.
many like people I knew were working
Oh, you're
with
just
who were
like that guy Sheldon in the show. I'm nothing
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that guy
Right?
Sheldon. What? Because I
oh,
like
you
comic
must
books
love
and
that
shit.
show. I hate that.
I hate
Yeah.
that fucking show. Nerds hated that fucking
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
It's people that weren't into that genre that loved it because now they think they know something about something they don't know anything about.
Yeah.
But a couple of things that pissed me off, everything in their apartment was DC related because DC paid, Warner Brothers paid for the show. So they
Yeah.
wouldn't allow anything like you couldn't have a Spider-Man statue, which is bullshit.
Right.
They always talk about Star Trek. They talked about Star Wars, but you never saw Star Wars stuff in the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would occasionally have stuff in the show. But,
Well, you had the Princess Leia thing,
right.
the Leia outfit, which I
Yeah.
think is the only accurate thing about
Right.
nerds in that show.
Right.
Where
Every
they-
Yeah.
nerd wants their chick to dress up like Leia at least
Yep.
once. But yeah, that.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me like that.
She's already done it.
No, I haven't.
Really?
Mm.
Blasphemy! I'd get a divorce.
I have not done a Slave Leia costume yet.
Coming soon to Patreon
Coming soon.
to GoFundMe.
Right?
Yeah, coming soon.
Ah,
I
But I'm
keep
done.
walking into that one.
Right.
right.
Right. But no, I did not like the show. I watched a few of them. There were funny bits and stuff. I'd watch the highlights on YouTube when like James Earl Jones or somebody good would show up. But
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, just clips and that's all I could handle. Yep. So
Because I'm sorry, there's no way that dork is getting the hot chick across the hall. There's no fucking
that and
way.
I don't like Mayim Bialik.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like her.
Blasphemer.
I watched Blossom like everybody else, okay?
And
But
she's like a rocket scientist. She's the only one on that show that's
yeah,
like
she
legit.
has,
Oh, yeah.
she has a
Like,
master's
Yeah.
and a
Astrophysics or
doctorate.
something,
She has
yeah.
a doctorate or something like that.
Yeah.
so
But
does Jimmy, not Brian May has a rock. He's
like,
like a rocket
I think
scientist
she
for real.
exudes this like aura of being someone.
She had my
who-
vote for the Jeopardy host, though, for sure. I thought she would have
Really?
been great.
I mean, she did really good.
She
I
did
do
really-
I do like
LeVar
the-
Burton would have been my other choice.
Oh my
too.
god,
LeVar
that was my
Burton
first
would've been
choice.
great.
He was my
LeVar.
first choice, obviously, because I'm a majority fanatic.
Yeah.
But like that guy's insanely
so
talented
smart.
and smart too.
Well,
he would
and
have been
yeah.
great,
he's an
and he's
icon
entertaining.
already because of like Star Trek, Reading Rainbow,
Reading Rainbow.
Roots, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
But yeah, he would have been my top choice. They need to give that guy James show. I could watch him do anything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, she has a doctorate and she exudes the aura that she knows she has a doctorate and you don't. So it's like, yeah.
Maybe she'd calm down if she smoked some weed.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to keep bringing it back.
Yep.
It's turned into the weed
Gotta
episode.
turn around. Gotta turn around.
Until she decides to try and order a pizza from the tire center, she needs to calm down.
Which segue to that, we watch Wheel of Fortune all the time, and we hate Ryan Seacrest. We really don't like him. I want.
I don't know
Pat
how
back.
he does it because he's got the morning show, and then he's doing
He does so
Wheel of
much
Fortune.
already.
He's got
Yeah.
a radio show every
Yeah.
day. Dude's gonna burn himself out. You're gonna hear about something horrible about
You
him.
can
sooner or
already
later.
see it.
He's
when
on the
you
Hollywood
watch.
slut diet.
Well, he's aging too. He's
Oh,
getting
yeah.
older,
Oh, yeah.
and he ain't gonna be able to keep that pace up much longer.
No.
But-
I don't blame him. If I was in his situation, I'd take a paycheck everywhere I can.
But
Get that money.
we're kind of losing the appeal of Wheel of Fortune. But you know what? Hollywood Squares is back, and it's fantastic.
I saw that. I saw the
It is so good.
rubber dog puppet
Yeah.
on one of the square. I'm like, that's
Oh,
Courage the dog or
Triumph.
Triumph the dog.
Yep.
the
Pete
insult
Holmes
dog.
was on
yeah.
there. Miss Pat. all of these
Patton Oswalt, I think,
comedians.
is on there
Patton
sometimes,
Oswalt
yeah.
is on
Oh,
it.
gee, Patton Oswald's on there? No way.
Yeah.
Again, taking a paycheck wherever you can.
No,
Yep.
I'm sick of him. I
Whitney
used to be a fan
Cummings.
of his, but now it's anything nerd related. It's like it's him or Kevin Smith. They have to be in it, or
Yeah.
it's not going to be solidified.
Yeah.
Nerds won't accept it unless Patton Oswalt is in it, being horrible.
We do a lot of comedy and stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
That's what we watch a lot of.
Pete Holmes has almost
Pete
made me
Holmes.
pass out like
I
5 times.
love Pete Holmes. I love him.
Who's the guy that does the Batman sketches, the Batman bits from College Humor? I can't remember. It's Pete something, but yeah, his stuff's really good too.
I don't know. We watch.
I
We
don't
watch.
Peter
we watch
or Paul?
Pete
I can't remember what his
Holmes.
name is, but anyway, he does all the Batman parodies on YouTube.
and then I love
Making
Jack
fun of Christian
Whitehall.
Bale.
Jack Whitehall's great too. Thought he's.
That's Pete Holmes.
I
Pete
thought it was
Holmes?
Pete
Yeah, that's
Holmes.
Pete
Yeah,
Holmes,
it's the same
yeah.
guy. He does
Yeah.
the Batman.
Oh my
No,
God!
he
His
is-
latest.
Talking to Robert Pattinson Batman across
Yeah.
the tail. You're lame Wonder Bread. It's like,
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look those
Yeah,
up.
we
it's
got-
him
we got-
trying
we
to
gotta pull those
justify
up.
his Batman existence. I wear a lot of eyeliner, and I like to. He's like, wait a minute, you weren't even there. I show up after the crime is committed. What?
I have
the hell's the
never-
matter with you?
I have never seen Josh laugh as hard as that. We had to pause it twice during his latest special on Netflix, and oh my God, he is so
Amazing.
funny. Just and the baby Tushy
Yeah,
just makes
yeah.
me that
Farm
that
to table.
killed me.
Yeah.
That killed me.
Well, I guess I'm gonna get some weed.
Oh no, that I have been high watching Pete Holmes.
Interesting. Have you watched Landman yet on Paramount Plus?
No.
Mm-mm.
Billy Bob Thornton's new
Oh
show.
my God.
It's fucking brilliant, dude. It's that whole subject is addressed in this show. And he works for the oil barons and he goes around Texas managing all the dikes and the pumps and all the
Yeah.
stuff that's involved in drilling for oil. And you got like drug cartel land and all these people,
Yeah.
all this crazy shit going on. But they make it a point on that episode to really just several episodes to just torpedo renewable energy. There's one part where he's talking about the windmill power generators.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, how much oil it takes to build one of those, or to lube that thing all year, or how much oil it takes to build the cement, the concrete, and the
Yeah.
trucks to drag that thing out here,
Yeah.
and it's still only making a third of what oil can do. It's a lot money lost, but they do it for the tree huggers. You know, he said that machine couldn't even power itself. That's how little it's producing
Yeah.
compared to a drum of oil. But anyway, you gotta watch the show. It's fantastic, and I don't disagree with him, but I don't agree with him either. But I don't know enough about it. But they're very much pro oil on that show,
I
Man,
can
like,
see
I
that.
like watching Billy Bob ever since
and
Tombstone,
it's
so.
probably one of the
Yeah.
best roles he's ever done. He's killing it, and his
Oh, wow.
family is insane, and just it's great.
We'll
But
have to give that one a shot. Do we have Paramount Plus? I think that's the one we don't have.
One of the TV.
you can get it
stars.
through Amazon for like $5 a month.
So someone in the family does.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
I'm sure.
Well, you could watch.
Oh well,
Carter
because
then.
because your dad watches Yellowstone.
Oh, if he's got Yellowstone, then he's definitely got
then
Paramount.
upstairs TV.
Need to sync it in your room or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah.
But it's a great episode. It's a good series. I highly recommend it. And I think they renewed it for second season, but it ain't gonna be till 2026, which
Yeah,
kind of sucks.
I'll be too distracted with GTA by then.
Right.
They say that's supposed to be the September.
2026 is earmarked for
Yeah, the year my soul goes to GTA 6.
Yeah.
plenty of stuff.
It'll be there.
Take Two.
You better have your own PlayStation 5 by then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and your own television to play it on.
Oh, we have that. That's no problem. It's the game system. That's the
Ooh,
problem.
aren't you fancy, Miss?
Mm.
But you've got underwear with good elastic in them too. Like you're better than the rest of us.
Actually, all my elastic on my underwear is just shot to
It's like a
shit.
dental floss just blowing away in the wind. That's men's underwear. What are you doing?
It's
That's
like-
gross.
It's like you get snapped in the ass every time you try to pick it up.
Every time I try and go bowling,
Women
cast
always
and tug.
have that one really comfortable pair
Granny
that they
panties.
want to wear, and the elastic will get shot from it, and it's all these like little elastics, so it's like you're getting popped in the ass like firecrackers, and it's just
It's a new one to me.
there's education for you guys. I
your
mean,
thunder britches.
held up only by willpower and
Mhm.
whatever pants you're wearing with it.
Mhm. Yep.
So when
Yep.
you get the beat up elastic band on the outside of your pants.
But yep, so that you guys learn a little bit
They
about
call that like what the whale
about
tail
women.
back there from the early 2000s. Would that be like the beached whale when you got like just a busted ass elastic in your drawer?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So,
I just spent many years.
it helped.
When I was in my late 20s, I bought a house because I thought I was going to marry a lady, ex-girlfriend, and then she left me right after I bought the house. She just totally
That
moved
sucks.
away with one of her college professors from school that I helped pay
Oh my
for.
god.
You know.
That's
Tale as old as time.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not bitter. I mean, my wife's awesome now, so fuck that lady. But
exactly. Exactly.
But at the time, so I spent like I think 12 years in an empty house with no heat,
oh my god.
just me and my dog, and like I'm just used to being by myself now. I think.
Yeah.
I've always been a loner though. I don't really need a big crowd. I definitely don't like. If I didn't go to Comic Cons, I'd probably never leave the house.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Like
Walmart
I'll
is
go
about
to
the
the
extent of my
library every
extent.
so often, but for the most part, I stay home.
I want to go look at Target and Walmart and Ollie's for toys, and that's
Yep.
pretty much about the extent of my. I want to leave the house.
Yep. Yeah. No,
Bargain
that's
Hunt used to be real good for that.
Bargain Hunt
used to be the shit.
great.
Now it sucks.
I don't know
They
what
ever
the
give
fuck
you anything.
happened, but yeah.
I got most of my Monster High collection from Bargain Hunt.
Did you?
Yeah.
I found a lot of the old Masters of the Universe Origin stuff there.
Nice.
I mean, we even found a few things we were able to flip for a lot.
A lot of the Monster High dolls.
I seen
some of
these
them I was
assholes
able
on
to sell them for like
Instagram and
60.
The now defunct TikTok, or I guess it is.
No, it's
That's
back.
all right.
It's
It's back.
back,
It's back.
whatever.
It's
It's back.
But I see these guys going in there and they get these barcodes. They can scan stuff and send it to Amazon for money. I'd try it. I'd end up with like $1.50 after like 3 days. It just that shit never. Again, we've talked about this before. Allie is lucky about that kind of stuff going to the thrift. I can't find nothing worth a damn.
Yep.
I told her she needs to start making it like part of her stream. that
Yeah,
she
should.
does.
I actually
Just going
am
into a
doing
thrift
that
store and
because I love
what
it.
does she find this time?
If it
You
means
were that ideal
I can
size.
go, yeah.
You were
That,
the
and I
ideal
mean,
size for clothes.
I find just like I love the wild stuff at times too, and I follow a lot of Reddits now that are like thrift store hauls or thrift store treasures and stuff like that, and the stuff people find at thrift stores is freaking amazing. It takes like the luck that I have at thrift stores and like times like 1100. Like it's
Like
Maybe we
jackets
should
with
do that at some
$4,000 in.
That would be like the next thing we do. Let's get high and go to the thrift store.
yeah. It
Get
does.
some
It
GoPro
does
cameras
tend
and go
to
take a walk around.
It does tend to smell like pot every time we go in there, though.
Yeah.
Every
They always
time.
smell like gym shorts and like sweat and BO in those places. Because
Yeah.
people give all their
Oh,
clothes
yeah.
away. They ain't washing it or anything.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm not knocking the thrift store, man. Go in there and get some clothing on, man.
Heck
I
yeah.
find
Oh,
old
yeah.
comic book T-shirts and shit in there. Okay, that's about the only thing I can find in a thrift
man.
store because
I
I have
found
freakishly long legs and then I have like a normal size
yeah.
upper torso. So it's like I can get extra large shirts, but
The pants are harder to
oh,
find.
yeah.
there's no way, man. I literally I was in my closet the other night. I tried to put on a pair of pants that I used to wear at Publix when I was still working there years ago, and I was like, oh wow, they still fit. And I bent over to tie my shoe, and I just tore the entire from like balls to asshole, like just split them right in half. I'm like, well, I guess maybe not.
Oh,
I
that's
took her to my mom's
amazing.
house. I was like, hey, can you sew these? She just bust out laughing. She's like, yeah, right. I'd like to think it's because of my ginormous cock, but no, I've gained weight and, and I ripped the ass out of my pants.
That's another Reddit that I've started
Badass,
following
John.
called Visible Mending, and it's these people who sew together like old like clothing that they've loved, to pieces, and they do it in like a very visible way, so with patches
Right.
and different embroidery and everything. It's honestly it's fascinating.
Anybody
and
who's known me for more than 10 minutes knows about the Warp hoodie. And I swear, it's been sewn. I've patched it. I've never found another Warp hoodie. I've seen Star Trek Next Gen hoodies like left and right, but I've
Yeah.
never seen the one with the
Yeah, I was about to say
warp
that
band
was the yellow one with the thing
right, and I
across
think it
yeah.
came from what was it? Think Geek way back
Probably.
years, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And
When
I
they
don't
had
even
good
see them
shit.
on eBay or anything. I've tried to find a replacement one.
Did you try Mercari?
No. I'm
That-
not buying-
you might be able to find out.
Sometimes you can find stuff in there.
Right.
Like,
I never trusted that thing. I thought it was one of those bogus sites. that
No,
just-
that's
it's-
where we
I mean,
get
I-
most of our money.
I actually run
when
a
we
store
sell
through
things.
it, but yeah, no. When
Yeah.
I gained weight and all of a sudden all my favorite medium-sized T-shirts no longer fit, and I had to go to a large.
Do they make extra medium?
No,
Nope.
That's
Nope.
called a
Go to the
Walmart
large.
medium.
All the mediums come to me.
but yeah, I went on Mercari and searched up every T-shirt I had, and I found all of
The
them.
X-Men one that you grew
Oh my
that you
God,
grew
yeah.
out of.
I
You're
retired
not
my
wearing it
t-shirts.
today.
After, like when you buy a t-shirt.
Well, these were ones I had just bought
Yeah.
before gaining.
Right.
Before,
Oh,
like,
okay. Well, I just
Yeah.
bought this Quarks t-shirt because I thought it was irony. I was like, I'm
Nice.
gonna wear that for the podcast. But
I
like,
like
you
it.
know how like
I
you
like
get them,
it.
they're kind of like they don't feel right. They're not.
Yeah.
They're still
they're
kinda-
stiff. You got to break them in.
Right.
Yeah.
After about 2 years of wearing them, then they're like silk almost.
Oh,
yeah.
That's when you got to retire them because they start getting holes in them, and I feel bad. I'm like, I'm gonna miss my shirt.
Yeah. Well, that's when you make a people make t-shirt quilts or have somebody
No,
make
ain't that-
t-shirt quilts for it.
I figure I've got like those vacuum seal bags, and I probably got 3 of them that have 50 t-shirts a piece, and that's why
Yeah,
I wear
we have
every
that
single day. I have a
too.
t-shirt and jeans, or
Yeah.
We've
t-shirt
had
and
to
slacks.
we've
whatever.
had to go through them. We've got what 1.5. We've culled it down to 1.5. I think
Well, we've got
bins.
we've got about 2 bins.
Yeah.
One of them is not quite full
Yeah.
Right.
of T-shirts,
Yep.
Yeah.
like band shirts.
And granted, it's like me and
Yeah.
we have a whole nother box too.
And you get all the
in the
freebies
workroom.
from like when you're
Yeah.
going to like a 7-Eleven opening or something. They'll give you a free T-shirt or the radio station
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Well, it's like
that's
my
the shit I
dad-
get rid of.
uh,
I'm like, I don't need these.
My
the
dad
Rock
used
Band
to.
tour.
Yeah.
For the
Oh
game,
yeah,
yeah.
for the
got
game
those.
when that first came out, it was
Some
in
of
front
them
of
go
Best
to like my
Buy.
nephews. Like they'll get old enough to wear them, and
Yeah,
I'll
he
say,
will.
"All right, dig through, take what
Right.
you want."
Yep. Yep. Because
Yeah.
he's growing fast.
Well,
You
he
know
got,
what's
like, my
crazy though is
Venom
I see
shirt
these
and stuff like
places
that.
in New York City, these like retro clothing places where they're selling like old Walmart wrestling T-shirts from the '90s for like
For, like,
$200 a
yeah.
piece. You know,
Shit.
like
Do you want to know what a
T-shirt, tour T-shirts and shit from back in the '80s. And
Do you want to know what a Blockbuster T-shirt
Oh my
goes
God,
for now?
yeah.
A Blockbuster polo, hundreds of dollars.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, people just want them for their movie collection, I
Yeah,
guess.
and I am so pissed.
Right, because
Because
you tore all yours
we-
up.
No, I sold. Well, I tore one of them up
Yeah.
in effigy, but the rest I sold just at a garage sale
Right.
for like a couple bucks.
Like five. You said
You still
like
have
it
your
was
you
a
said
Blockbuster
like
card?
box
five
full of them.
box.
Do you have your
$5
Blockbuster card still?
I have my card from when I first got a Blockbuster card. I have my
Yep.
employee Blockbuster card, and I have the fake card I made for Zap Rousdower. Deep cut MST3K there,
Right.
but you have to have a
saw
fake
that.
account.
Yeah.
That's another thing we watch.
Right.
Like a whole lot
Riff
of riff
tracks.
tracks.
Right. And people keep telling me we need to do a riff track.
Oh, I know exactly
Oh,
what we
yeah.
need to do.
No, he's
I-
planning.
I've got
He's got
notes.
plans.
Oh, do you?
He's
I went on the internet for like a year trying to find a polo shirt from the 80s that looked
Oh my
as
God.
similar as I could. And I got them in like ultra small sizes. So me and my buddy from Seattle, because he's a G.I. Joe collector too, I was like,
Yeah.
we're going to recreate this photo as grown men. And that's going to be our Christmas card one year.
I love
Oh,
it.
that's beautiful.
That's great.
And he was here, but for whatever reason, we came last month or back in November. We couldn't do it, but I've got the shirts and it's all upstairs. So it's like I'm gonna set
It's
the
all
deck
ready.
up with the
Man.
exact same toys and all the same figures, and just we're gonna make that a Christmas card at some point.
That would be amazing.
Somebody already did it for me. My buddy Will. He had a picture of the flag from one of the catalogs or whatever. And he cut the guy's he photoshopped my head on the kid's body. Like, it's-
Nice.
like that's good, but it's not quite good enough, man.
But yeah,
And that's the stuff you do on weed.
yep. But yeah, no.
Take it easy, kids. Be safe. We'll see you next week.
Bye.